question.
And Mark, whenever we get this all laid out and you've seen the whole format, we will realign our strategies to meet these goals and objectives. And you'll see some of the strategies, some of those new strategies. And if there's a strategy in there like you're saying that you want to see more of, like, hey, I want to see you doing a survey.
Yeah, it's a real general. What happens is you meet your goals, and these are great goals. Everything is great in there. But if you don't have something specific to shoot, if we're going to span that direction, if we're not going to span that, this is a crazy conversation. But I mean, if we're going to expand the technology, you have to focus. Maybe the CAD system. You know, then there's a whole different set of problems that happen. You know, okay, how are we going to pay for it? Then you can get in, but at least you got your goal. You got it set that, hey, this is what the administrators and teachers want to do. Board, y'all need to help us figure this out. To me, that's the way it should work, not us to.
And you know, it may be more computer, maybe web design,
absolutely.
Programming.
Don't get caught in welding. It doesn't mean it's just something. And I would like a laser put on it and try to grow that, and it worked, and you can start building off of it.
We did the same thing back when I was going to that. We built some storage buildings. We had to wire. I mean, teachers electrical, cutting the rafters, you know, putting a roof on it to build a storage building. Even if you just build a small storage building, that's a small frame house. The fundamentals are there, and you can probably just, you know, like horticulture stuff. You could build you a school store. Put stuff in there. I mean, that's the thing about it. That's the reason that we built the horticulture center that we got. Because there's a lot of kids involved with that and wanting to learn how to do it. And there's big business in horticulture, in flower, you know, arranging and things like that. Okay, can we get a motion?
Hey, we accepting this? Y'all accept the goals as presented. Yes, sir. I make a motion. No, I accept them as they're presented.
I'll second.
I think they're great.
Got a motion by Mark, seconded by Richard, to accept the goals as presented. More discussion, all those in favor? Motion carried. Principal report. Oh, there's still one I see.
Ladies first.
I feel like the news lady. Okay, I wrote down everything I could think of. You have a school newsletter from November, which kind of tells you what has been happening on our campus, and I told you about some of those things when they were upcoming at the last meeting. Since then, we've had a CPR recertification, and we enjoyed the Veterans Day ceremony that the administrator at the high school put on for us, and it was a really good ceremony, and I thought it was meaningful to the kids and to the veterans who came. That was a great thing. We've had a GT Composers Night. The students in Mrs. Allen's skipping class presented videos and backboards about composers, and we had a good group of parents and families show up to see that. We've been giving a few benchmark tests, and we also have continued the attendance incentives, and we had a 96.7 for this reporting period, which is pretty good. Of course, we haven't hit the food season yet, I don't think. After Thanksgiving, we'll have our UIL writing contest, and then the whole contest at Grapeland on December 4th. The elementary Christmas program will be December 13th. I believe we're going to have it over here at the high school gym, so we can try once again to give enough space for everyone to attend. And then the band winter contest concert is on December the 20th. Concerns. Dr. Dyer said tell you what's happening and tell you my concerns. We've had a little trouble with traffic management out in front of the elementary in the morning. I don't know what has happened, but the cars are lined up, sometimes all the way out to the highway. So I've been out kind of directing traffic. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to do it because we have some other concerns inside the building, but we're working on that. We're thinking about maybe some signs, and I put up some cones to try to keep them from passing. We had some kids getting out of cars that were came close to being hit, and some other dangers out there. And jokingly, I asked Dr. Dyer if we could have a awning out front that covers us in the rain.
I think that would be good. I think that is good. I think that'd be a great.
Well, if you're letting those little babies in and out, or
Yeah.
putting them in or taking them out, and if you've ever done it in the rain, it's, where you have very few dry threads
Plus
left.
they all get sick and then we lose all that
Yeah.
money with the mag, they just, but
There you go.
That's right. There's your next project right there. Huh?
That's right.
That's all I had to say.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Cooper?
All right, we're gonna start with our concerns and then go good news after that. Get the bad news out of the way now.
Always in your mind.
That's right. Our attendance rate, took a dip this 6 weeks at the high school. First 6 weeks, we were 97.6, and we were all fired up about that. And the goal is to keep it above 96% for the year. Second 6 weeks, we were at 95.85 for that 6 weeks. The good news is first 6 weeks keeps us above 96 for the year. Bad news is I want every 6 weeks to be above 96. The reason is I had 3 kids that had long-term illnesses according to doctor's notes. And that's all I'm gonna say. And that's a battle that we can't fight when you've got physicians writing notes for kids. What are you gonna do, even when you know they need to be here? But you know that's a battle I lose. So, but you take those 3 with as much school as they miss, and then you couple it with just general absences, and it drags us down with as few kids as we have.
now what time they have to go till 10 o'clock? All right, if a kid goes to the dentist several times in a row, up during the day, misses one particular class, how does that affect us, or does it?
Depends
As long
on.
as they were there at 10 o'clock, doesn't matter?
It depends on if they were here at the 10 o'clock reporting period. It
Doesn't matter if
matter.
they're here at 10 o'clock at night or not. If a kid comes back to school with a doctor's note and they are here any period of the day, then you get ADA credit for that kid. If they're here any period of the day, if they have a doctor's note. But you'd like them to be here. What you have is an issue with, like, say your kid's got braces, and well, I try to make it as late in the day as possible. Well, say they have math,
Right.
8th period. Well,
They
the
miss-
issue you start
Keep
coming to is
missing
that
math.
kid doesn't need to miss math 10 or 15 times. Even though they're counted here, they get credit for the day. You know,
Percent class.
you miss a percentage of a class day, you're out of state law compliance for a class. And secondary level is different than elementary.
It's still a problem with the elementary.
And it's a problem at the elementary as well.
I mean,
And the problem I'm having is, it's not doctor visits at all. It's somebody that'll miss 15 days of school and come back with a doctor's note, saying they were under my care for this period of time, please allow them to return to school on and put a date on. They won't tell you what they had, you know, it had gone. You know, my wife had major surgery, and the school teacher missed 3 days.
You can't fight that battle.
You know, but I can't win that deal either. And there's not, there's usually not a JP that will,
And they won't bite you.
that'll convict them on truancy on that deal either. Even though I know they're true. Legally, there's nothing he can do or I can do. So that's a tough one. And that's what I've encountered. That's my biggest problem now. I'm not going to grant those students credit because they have to be in attendance 90% of the time to get credit. No doctors know they know. So they have to make that time up, and they've started making that time up. And the good news is when the way Dr. Dyer set it up last year is if they come to the Thursday night deal for 4 hours, we get an ADA credit for it. And as they go and as these students come and make that time up, our ADA goes back up, which is a good thing. And we found another way to help ADA in another way, and I'm going to talk about that. Well, heck, let's talk about it now. We ran across a scenario. We've got FFA students that get out and go to the hay judging contest in Houston County. And then we have 4-H students that get out and go to the same hay judging contest. And they're all high school students. The FFA kids, we count them as an extracurricular day and we get funding for them. the 4-H kids, we were counting as an excused absence, and we did not get funding for them, and they, you know, they hurt our attendance rate and our funding. But I remember at other districts, we were counting them as extracurricular and getting funding. So I did some digging, and I pulled out the attendance handbook, went to TEA's website, and dug and read, and they finally found how they were doing it. What they do is, you have to make the sponsor of that, if they meet certain requirements, an adjunct staff member. And the requirements are pretty simple, and it addresses specifically in the handbook 4-H county extension agents. County extension service agents are eligible to be considered adjunct staff members because they are required to have at least a bachelor's degree and are eligible for participation in the teacher retirement system of Texas.